Hello, and welcome to the next installment of Take 5 with Tekla. I'm your host, Michael Bugby, Application Specialist here with the Concrete segment at Trimble Solutions. This video will cover how to export your Tekla model to project coordinates for coordination. So basically what I have here is just a sample model, and I need to provide an IFC for coordination with my rebar subs or my MEP or my formwork, or if maybe I'm a concrete subcontractor sending it to the general contractor. So whenever Tekla creates an IFC, it uses by default the origin. So this little green cube right here, this point right here, is what Tekla is using to produce the IFC. So this is my origin. So you can see that I've modeled in my origin at 0, 0, 0. Now I know we're not all lucky enough to always work in a relatively small, close origin point. So this video is going to show you how to adjust the IFC files for you, so you can create everything. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to create a baseline IFC. So I'm going to go to File, Export, IFC, and I can just name this one my origin, my original. Do export all. Now if I am producing this for anybody with pour objects checked, that is going to export my IFC out as pours. But if I uncheck this, it's going to be the actual Tekla item. So depending on what I'm using or communicating with is what I need to have it checked. So I can just hit export, and then I'm going to open that file up inside of BIMsite. So now you can see that we have our model here. It's in relationship to our grid. Everything looks fine. Now if I go back into Tekla, say that we need to have our model rotated. Still a nice close origin, but the model's rotated just a little bit. So what we can do is we can change the work plane, and that is what Tekla is going to use for my IFC export. So we're not actually moving the model, we're moving and changing the origin. So the origin that the IFC export uses is this work plane, so this red XY that we see right here. Not the red Z, Y, X. That's the Tekla global X, Y, and Z, so we can change this. So let's rotate this real fast, and I'm just going to choose my set work plane using 3 points, and I'm going to pick my origin, pick my positive X, pick my positive Y. So now you can see that it's rotated. You can see my UCS is rotated to match the. So now I can go to File, Export IFC, and do rotated. Now when I hit export, I'm going to get an additional window that says the global and local coordinate systems do not match, and this may result in different property set values than expected. So basically what this is telling us is what we are trying to export does not match Tekla's global 0, 0, 0, which in this case is totally fine, because my model IFC needs to be rotated. So I'll hit export anyways, and then I can go back into BIMsite, and I can turn off my original, and then turn on my rotated IFC, and now you can see that my model is now rotated. So you can see very simple, very quick to change that. Now let's go back into Tekla. So now let's say, for instance, the model is not rotated, but we have a different origin. Maybe it's a different elevation. So right now the Tekla 0 elevation right here, but let's say it needs to be plus 50. So our model needs to be 50 feet up in the air. So what we can do is, once again, we're moving the origin, so the origin is going to be basically 50 feet up. So I can choose my set work plane parallel to XYZ axis, and since we are moving the origin, we want to move it down the 50 feet. So I can hit change. Now you can see that my XY is down there. Produce another IFC, I'll get the same message because it doesn't match. the global and local coordinate systems do not match. And now in BIM Slide, I can turn on my plus 50. And so now you can see that my model is now hanging up here in space. So I don't have to go and move my model. I don't have to worry about anything like that. All I do is just modify the ISE export for my project coordination IFCs. So thank you for taking the time to watch this installment of Take 5 with Tekla. Hope you enjoyed it. For more concrete construction tips and tricks, click on our link on the playlist below. Thank you very much.